Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this session, we are going to see logon triggers in SQL Server. So let's start. In previous session, we seen DML triggers. Means this is the part 1 and part 2. This is the DML triggers and this is the DDL trigger part 3. And today we are going to see part 4 about the logon triggers. And whatever the notes about the DDL trigger, then DML triggers I uploaded on my blog. So please go through that for the notes purpose. Here you have to go DML trigger and DDL trigger. And once the today's session is complete, I will upload the logon trigger at here. First thing, logon triggers are execute or fired only after the successful authentication before the user session actually established. Means suppose let's say there is a one user, means here I am a SA logging with the help of the SA account. So whatever the login name and password we have to provide, then once we are connecting to the server, at that time login is established, correct, means successful authentication is done, and we have to capture that log somewhere. So we are using the logon triggers, and or we can say it is executed automatically in response to the logon event, means login activity is done and then we can means capture that activity. And if authentication is failed, the logon triggers will not be fired. Means suppose while entering the uh, credential or information, we are going to uh, give the wrong password and authentication is not possible. So in that case, logon triggers are not fired or execute, correct. And then why we need the logon triggers? Actually, uh, for two purposes. One is the track the login activity, means suppose let's say this is the server and it having the multiple uh, accounts, means account in means logins. Let's say right now SA is the one account and there are multiple accounts. Suppose let's say there are multiple databases in the, let's say we are considering the production server at here, then it having the multiple databases, and in multiple databases there are multiple users logins, correct. So those are the listed at here and we have to track that activity, means when he when that particular login, so we can track that activity, and then we can restrict the login as well. Suppose there is a one login at here and I have to restrict that login for some purpose, means or within a time frame, means suppose there is a 9 to 6 or a day period or at evening time we have to deny that, correct. So we have, means we have to restrict that login, correct, or for particular duration or for uh, means week or something like that we can do that activity. And one more thing, yeah, it is simply nothing but the whatever the user is coming from, we have to track the username and we have to write the some code in the trigger itself. So if that particular name is matches, then we are just denied it. Yeah, that is the restrict login. And first of all we will go to the um, track the login activity. And yeah, first of all see practical about it. And yeah, before going to the see the practical, sp hutu is the command. With the help of that we will get the, means all the sessions information, means spid, then what is the status, who is the login, and what is the host name. Host name means from which computer he is logging, and then there is a, is any blocker, then there is a db name on which database is executing the command, and there is a is waiting or awaiting for the command. Then program name, means suppose here is the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, and here is the, you can see there is a query. And there is a one more thing, means suppose you are connecting the application, means from .NET application, then .NET application will come at here, means .NET framework. And then yeah, this is the spid request id, okay. And whatever the CPU time is elapsed or all these things are in a sp hutu command, got it. And yeah, next thing, first of all, we have to see the practical about how to track the login activity, correct? So yeah, let's start. I created the one table at here, means first of all I will drop it if exist. Yes, and then this is the audit table. Audit table, it means we have to capture that activity, correct? Means who is the session, means which is the session ID, then logon time, then host name, program name, login name, then client host, correct? So I created it, and then we have to create the one trigger, correct? So on logon triggers are creating on the server itself, not the database, because login activity on the server first, correct, and then you are connecting to the database. Yes, yeah, it is not exist. Okay, so first of all I am creating the trigger and I will explain you code about this. Yeah, so I created the trigger, means first of all create trigger name on all server, means there is a syntax for that, and for logon purpose, got it? And in previous session we seen there is a ddl, means there is a create update, means create table, alter table, drop table. Like here I am going to create about the logon, and then next thing, declare. Actually logon trigger is the xml variable I created, and event data is the function. From that we have to capture the information, means event time, login name, and client host. Host name is nothing but the, means whatever the system name. Suppose let's say here I'm going to select, yeah, here you can see, and then application name is the function which will return as the app name, means Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, got it? And here I'm assigned as a app name as a, means whatever the coming from that, and session. Here is the event time, means date time. Then there is a, I declared the variables at here, means on, means in this variable we are assigning the values, and that values are insert into the uh, one table as a audit table, correct? Actually it is the uh, table, means suppose we have to insert the data, so we created it. And then login name, correct? Here is the login name, we captured it from the XML, correct? Event instance and then login name. Here is the function, means with the help of event data functions there is a XML value, and that XML value we are retrieving the value for the login name, event time, and client host, correct? And then host name and app name. And here is the insert, means insert statement, whatever the values we have, means SPID. Then even if you select at SPID, at the rate, it means the global variable, and SPID means session name, whatever the right now there is a 54, correct? Right, here is the 54, got it? And event time, host name, app name, login name, and client host, those are the assigned at here, got it? And yeah, that is the explanation about the trigger. And yeah, if you select it, then we will get the information. And what I will do, first of all I will create the one other user, so that you will get the clear understanding, because yes, say I already logged in, so we are creating the another login and one user for that, and then we can log in through that particular user and we can track that activity over here, got it? So practice is the database. First of all create the login. Okay, login is created, and we have to create the user for that login, correct? And then I am giving the rights to the particular that user, means let's say view underscore emp department is the view, we have to give the rights to the particular SQL login. Got it? So yeah, connect it from connect to the server and then SQL login. Yeah, actually I already saved password, so it come over here and then connect it, and then here in database he can able to connect to the practice only because I created the only practice database, and after that there is a view. Got it? And here he can able to select the data. Got it? This is the information about the security, means whatever the minimal rights we have to provide, so we given them. And right now see the data about it. Got it? Select star from practice audit table. You could see there is a SQL login. This information is captured, means when they tried, then there is a actually it got the all information we are capturing each session. Means suppose let's say first of all it connect to the master, then there is a practice database, and then all the sessions. Means suppose he is connecting to the another, uh, so new session is created, correct, 68. And if we are going to select it again, yeah, right, means there is a 68 session is created. First of all, establish the connection, then going to execute the query, and he miss whatever the results he have. So based on whatever the sessions he established, so we can have all the um, logs about that, correct. And one more thing here, sp underscore who2 is run, and then you can see about the SQL login. Yeah, miss there is a sleeping command, msdb practice. So there are multiple databases. He's miss right now he's connecting to the practice database, but multiple sessions. If you see here, correct. And then if I'm going to query it again, then which session, 71, correct, and execute it. So if you are going to see 71, okay, then yeah, awaiting command means previous command is executed, and right now SQL is waiting for another command. Got it? And yeah, the login name is the SQL login. So we have to capture such information, then we are using the logon trigger. Then next thing, how to restrict the login to the server, correct? First of all, I'm going to create a one trigger for that. Then I will explain you the code of that. First of all, yeah, create trigger name on all server for logon, correct? And then we are declaring the XML variable for to capturing the information from the event data function, correct. So event data we will get the information in the logon trigger as a XML format, and then we can read the name of the login name. Means here we have to read the value as a login name who is currently going to be login to the server. Means while logging, we have to check what is the login name, and we have to restrict them, correct. So here if login name is equal to SQL login, then we have to just roll back that particular, means whatever the connections we have to roll back it, and then we have to print the user, means print the message. Yeah, actually where it is print, and means we have to log that message, correct. So we have a one stored procedure sp read error log. With the help of that we can read that, and I'm modifying it so that you will know here it's blocked by Sagar now. So yeah, I'm executing it. Yeah, I am going to alter it or using trigger, correct. And yeah, I'm altering it. And first of all, we have to establish the connection. While trying to establish connection, we will get an error. So yeah, here is the SQL login. Let's connect. Yeah, cannot connect to the my computer means server name. Then logon failed for the SQL login due to the trigger execution. Change database context to the practice. Correct. Okay, and then we have to cancel it. And if we check, so where we have to check that activity. Correct. That is the next thing. So execute it, and then here at the bottom you can see the new activity is logged. And first of all, here you can see there is a logon event is happened, means there is a 12:37. Then insert operation yeah, here you can see logon logon failed for NT service till, yeah, trigger execution is done. Then SQL login is blocked by Sagar using the this message is come. Correct, means we printed that. And yeah, so transaction ended in the trigger, the batch has been aborted. Got it. And the logon failed for the SQL login due to the trigger execution. So we can restrict him. So that is the means simple code for that. Means we have to restrict, or we can use the time as well. Means on the specific time we can restrict that particular user. Right now I am just restrict him as a from login name. Got it. Or we can restrict with the help of means there is a application name or a host name. Suppose he is trying from that particular, if suppose there is a user, correct, SQL login, and we can allow him as a SQL Server Management Studio, but we have to restrict him using the different application. Then we can do that. Yeah, here there is a means login name is equal to SQL login, correct, and SSMS is allowed, no problem. But and condition is the application name is the .NET framework or something like that, then we can restrict him. But SSMS is allowed, so we can uh, capture that application value from the event data, and we have to provide as a end condition here, and then we can roll back him. I hope you got clear understanding about the logon triggers. Still, you have any questions on it, then let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.